for. And wow, I gotta say, it's been a while since I've been blown away by an actual chapter of Super. But I have to say, given what we got with this chapter, if you're a Gohan fan, it's gotta be somewhat satisfactory because Gohan was a beast. But the thing that really captivates me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, the theory we've been having about Merus all this time, and one of the biggest confirmations yet of his identity, I think, got revealed by the very last page of this chapter. And right from the outset, the action picked up quick. There was no stare down. He just got straight into the action. In fact, the first page was Gohan punching 7-3 in the gut. And for the most part, Gohan dominated that fight. So it's cool that Gohan's continuing his training because it definitely helped out. The last fight Gohan was involved with, he tied with Kefla. Again, you can chalk that up to either Kefla being downplayed in the manga, or Gohan being much stronger than his anime counterpart. Whichever side you take, it's good to see Gohan back in action. Immediately, 7-3 pulls a Piccolo technique and pulls the Hellzone grenade, so I like that. Gohan immediately knows what's coming because he avoided it. He's built Speed Blitz is right behind 7-3, even though he's in a stupid uniform. He teleports right behind him like a G, and just with two fingers, energy blast 7-3 in the back. So this copycat I've hit in more ways than one gets sent flying. So it looks like Gohan's dominating this fight, but we've seen this scenario before where Gohan dominates a fight and then something turns around. I was worried that was going to be the case here, even though Gohan immediately turned into Clark Kent, because at one point he was in his like business attire, and then he just immediately takes it off and he's in his gi, his Piccolo gi from the Cell Gauge. That's pretty cool. 7-3 extends his size. I like this because it's a callback to OG Dragon Ball, with Piccolo being able to extend his size. 7-3 did the same. Gohan being cocky said, "Oh, I'm familiar with that too because I know Piccolo inside and out." So because his size is easily able to avoid 7-3. This is where Sumereka and Yumba comes into play, but not before Gohan delivers a huge kick to the jaw. That was like a beast panel. Like I said, for Gohan fans, and I'm not the biggest Gohan fan, but I did appreciate this chapter for what it was, because you usually don't get to see chapters like this. We got it with Boo when he was wrecking the hell out of Moro. Now we got it with Gohan for most of the portion of this chapter. And obviously, being the smaller guy, Gohan and doing the right things, much like Goku did against Piccolo. He went for the knees, down, and then he actually kicks him in the ribs at one point, so that was pretty badass. This is where we get clarification about 7-3 and more of his abilities, and it's not so much he can copy one person at a time, he can actually copy 3 techniques at one time, and once I found that he can actually switch, so I'm wondering why he didn't do that. He just waited for Piccolo's abilities to run out. I think copies techniques, like he extends his hand, Gohan immediately knows what's coming, so he avoids it. And Gohan's about to pull a Kamehameha and probably destroy 7-3. His techniques of Piccolo wear off. The 30-minute time limit is over. He goes back to normal size, and because of this, he got followed through. But this is where he's kind of done dirty, because he immediately, you see the forehead, and he switches from when he had Piccolo, that goes, and he gets replaced by Moro and his abilities. And the first thing is like, wait, when the hell did Moro's abilities appear on 7-3, and how long ago? He just ate Gohan's Kamehameha like a meatball, like we see Moro do. And Gohan made the same mistake the Grand Supreme Kai Dikaio made a couple of chapters ago, and because of that, Moro's able to absorb more energy. So where Jaco actually mentions he can switch to other copied abilities, storing up 3 identities at a time. I don't know why Jaco didn't mention this in the previous chapter, but whatever. I'm pretty sure Tayataro may not have come up with that by them. So anyway, he pulled a Moro like Moro did on Namek, and you see the energy wave coming from the ground, or lava coming from the ground. And in one hand, he's absorbing energy because you can see what he's doing. Will the real Moro please stand up, because he gets actually triggered by this, because like, when the hell did my abilities get copied? And that's what I'm wondering. So it probably the strongest underleg of Moro, and he didn't get to Earth. I think he's there because either Goku or Vegeta are going to take him out. Or possibly Gohan, because we know we're going to get a training time skip within 20 days. I think that's going to be skipped over, possibly. Too long. 20 days? Like, no. Especially what we've gotten already with 10 a month. where Vegeta, we didn't even see Vegeta in the chapter. We know he's on yard rat, still training. You got Yumba, who's actually pummeling Gohan, Jacko, and you got Shimareku, who's just pummeling Krillin and Piccolo and Krillin. So right now, like I said, the Z fighters are getting, or Super fighters are getting done dirty, depending on your perspective. Yumba pulls a Majin Buu and just sits down on Gohan's stomach like he was the Supreme Kai. So that's kind of funny. Also, it's kind of like mad because you know Gohan could have won that fight easily. But once again, too good to be true. Where they kind of helped out, or Krillin kind of helped out, but at the same time, he may have screwed up too because he mentions, like, you're going to be in trouble once Goku and Vegeta get back here. Like he always does. Like, Moro overhears this and he's like, Goku and Vegeta training elsewhere. The last thing you needed to tell Moro this before is like, but yes, it does help them out, but at the same time, it gives Moro a chance to plot even further and do something else and grow his own power. Because you know that's what he's going to do within these 20 days. So it saves pretty much Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, and Jacko, but at the end of the day, it could mean a bigger catastrophe in the larger scale of things. So I don't know if that was the right move to make. It's just a plot device to get more training. Hopefully, Gohan and Piccolo at least get the chance to train. I don't think Moro says hold off on 7-3's absorption technique because he was literally going to absorb all the energy, but they get spared. And 7-3 switches techniques again, and he's like using the Hedgehog tribe that he absorbed in the previous chapter to warp out of here. So that was kind of cool. At that point, 7-3 is going to copy a number of techniques. So I'm wondering who he's going to copy. He's definitely coming back, so that's kind of cool. Before we leave the scene on Earth with Bulma coming down in a jet, we go over to the pyramid, to where the Pyramid of No Return, hyperbolic time chamber bootleg, to where Goku's training. We see Merus in his shit, and he's getting word from Jacko about the situation, which is more than enough for Goku to reach Ultra Instinct. I think that's more than enough time. Goku is he's recouping so he can get back to training, and then, in my opinion, the best part of the chapter. So then Merus says, "I can eat or not eat. It's all the same to me," and we said the same thing. Even though we know for a fact that Whis loves to eat right now, especially on Earth. So the fact that Goku, number one, says Whis said the same thing, and I thought that's where the chapter was going to end, and that would have been fine because it would put on the point that there is a connection with the angels, and then we get the last page because Goku and Merus about continuing the training, which probably is going to take 2 months, we assume. I don't know if he's going to reach Goku's going to reach Ultra Instinct before the training ends or during his fight with Moro. But the best part of the chapter, we go over to there, and the last page we see Whis observing this fight, so he knows what's going on. So that was cool. And then the second thing that sticks out, he's at the Grand Priest. He's at so there's Kaioshin's also there. So Whis apparently called on the Grand Priest. So apologies for the sudden request. It looked like he called for help. Obviously, Whis can't interfere himself. So I'm wondering what he's going to do. Because we get more lore on the angels itself. It's like, I presume you're aware that our universe is once again in discord. I don't suppose you intend to ask for your universe to be saved. I would never. We angels, and this comes from Whis, so we angels must maintain neutrality, sided with neither good nor evil, which is interesting because it downplays any theories that the angels could side with as enemies in the future with any villains, unless they get possessed in the future. That's the only way they can go against, like, pretty much Goku and company, if that would be the case. So I like that gets clarified. The other thing that gets clarified, just so then, what would you ask of me? To confirm concerning the angel laws, and then the Grand Priest ends with the matter of Merus, I suppose. You're aware then. So we're not aware, but they are. And that's how the chapter ends, with probably one of the best cliffhangers in Dragon Ball Super manga in a while. Suspicions that a lot of people, myself included, from the moment Merus was introduced, it gives us some substance that maybe there's something to that now, and I think it's confirmed that Merus has a connection with the angels. We don't know what it is yet, but there's definitely a connection, and this was chapter that confirmed it. So learn more about the angels, but this is pretty damn good. So, and hype building for sure, because it's world building in Dragon Ball, which we usually don't get. So I like that. So let me know what you guys think down below. But I just thought that was great they included that. I never thought they would do that, especially with Whis and the Grand Priest, the Daikaioshin. So that's pretty cool. What this does now, it raises a lot of eyebrows, because we could have affirmed this would have been the final battle where, okay, but now things are like playing out, so they're playing out even more. So it's going to last into the new year, obviously. This does, it gives a lot of opportunity to, we know Krillin and Tien and Yamcha, and I don't know, right? It'd be cool if they get featured, but let's be real here, they're not. Let's see why it's a problem. You have Gohan and Piccolo in the fold, bring 17 into this, you got all this time to like recruit and train, so use it. And you know there's going to be a training time skip, so we won't have long to wait, considering we get a chapter each month. It could also, and this would be kind of cool if they do this, they could do two things with the ending here of the arc. Number one is they could introduce Frieza or Broly to come on Earth during this time. There's 20 days, there's plenty of time. That's what Merus said with Goku during the training. They have 6 months of training, that's half a year, to get Ultra Instinct down. So I don't see why that's a problem to have either Frieza or Broly, because we know they're part of the story now. Maybe it's going to be fusion. Maybe Goku and Vegeta are going to pull a fusion technique, and Gogeta is going to re-emerge in Super. And that's probably how that, maybe with Vegeta's knowledge in the new techniques in Yardrat, and plus Goku training like stronger than ever before, maybe Gogeta is going to awaken Ultra Instinct. I wouldn't be against that if they introduced that. That'd be kind of different, and it kind of gets me off, because I don't see, as much as I want to, I've said this numerous times now, but I don't see Vegeta finishing Mora off. I don't. So that would be the next best scenario, and I think that'd be the right way to go about things, just because they've been building Vegeta's character up to do something. So maybe this is it. But I definitely like the hammering the home that there is a connection with Merus and the Angels. We don't know what it is, but it's confirmed. So I like that. All in all, it's a great chapter of Dragon Ball Super. I haven't been hyped up this long in a while. So let me know what you guys think down below. Leave your comments also. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to more Dragon Ball Super. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.